I want to say this lightly, because the delicate minds of humans, especially the young minds, so tossed and turned by the many voices in life, some gentle, some savage, each with confidence. And when I say that God had created dragons, that is, spiritual beings of old, who have the shape of dragons, I am careful not to disturb the little faith of the little ones, although I have less of such a policy when it comes to the proud, who feast on being right, and what a terrible feast this is, that tempts us so. I had the sense, years back, as I pondered the existence of these spiritual beings, that God said as though in a whisper inside me, that I don't understand dragons because I don't understand shapes. This statement has stuck with me all these years, even as I consider the shape of other things, the human body for instance, the shape of the ears, the nose, 2 legs, perhaps there are great mysteries in shapes. Now it occurred to me this morning, as I was taking a shower, that I am still alive. Strange that this was a surprise to me, to a point. There must be some equations in my deeper mind, equations of pain, or weakness, or futility, or moments of hopelessness, that had conspired against me, and had, all by themselves, concluded that I ought to be dead. On my end I decided to touch life itself, the force of life itself, reaching my hand into it, to remain alive. This force of life, to me, is God, and in my Christian faith, is Jesus Christ. I am saying this to link back to the notion of shapes and forms. It says, in the book of Proverbs, that God drew a circle on the face of the deep. A circle is a shape, and a thing, to be, must be in a sort of circle in its own deep, a shape, which must be, I suppose, a little house. God likes houses and he likes shapes. I had a sense this morning as though the voice of God in my mind, saying, a form is subject to a form. Our circumstances in life live inside a form of its own, however vague. Let us create in our minds another form that will usurp the lower form of natural circumstances. Perhaps the things of God need forms or shapes in our brain to live in, to manifest through. Let the form or image of our trouble not be the only form in our minds. Create a picture. We are allowed to do this. There is a true world, a true dimension, in our very brains. It is a world and we are its God. And the gods of the mind must be shape makers, image makers. An image of prosperity in our mind, with enough form, with a given space and shape, will affect the natural world, which is, as well, bound by a shape. Touch the life of God by welcoming him in, as might a lover, in the mind of your brain. But we must give him a garden. I will live in your garden when you give your garden a form. And this form will be above the form of your troubles. Why should you give me a withered tree to live in? Foxes have dens to live in, and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place even to lay his head.